Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to whoever you are in the world. I am so happy and excited to be here on the debut of the 3SpursBoy, a little channel that me and my sons have put together. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. It's just something that we're doing together to do our little kids' perspective on how the game went for them. Before I get started, though, I've had the opportunity and the joy of becoming a member of this YouTube community, and it's thanks to a lot of people out there. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out to everyone over at Tottenham on Tour, of course, Irish Hotspur, We Are Tottenham TV, Bob Spur TV, Spurs Eurasian, Spurs Talk Show, THFC Rants, the Hotspur Hood, Spurs Related, Talking Ball, Tottenham Away, Flat Cap Euro, and of course, make sure you check out my buddy over at the coffee company so you can smell what the cough is brewing. What is it, son? Ah!
Sorry, Dad. You had enough screen time. It's our turn.
Yeah. Why would you do that?
Come on.
Sorry about that.
Welcome to the 3SpursBoys, hosted by yours truly, Jalib Kang, also known as Big K, and
Christian Kang, also known as Little K, and also Chocolate Maradona. And also my dad over there, Bobby K, but he's not going to have much screen time because he's always on the other streams with all the other YouTubers and stuff.
So what a day yesterday. Arsenal get thrashed, and so does United. Tottenham come out. 4 wins in a row, 4-0. What do you have to say about the game, Christian?
I think the game in the first half was dreadful. We played a lot better in the second half. I think Antonio Conte did something to do with that.
What do you think he did? What do you think he told the team?
I think he told them to probably wake up and start passing the ball a lot better because they just kept passing it out to a lot of Aston Villa players.
All right. Now, who do you say was the best player? Now, there are 2 players that played phenomenal. Lloris, Son, and Kane's phenomenal passing. But we're going to focus on Son and Lloris. Who would you say did the best out of both of them?
Heung-min Son. Yeah.
Heung-min Son?
Yeah.
All right. Now, we're going to bring in our correspondent from Toronto. You guys know him as Mr. Fingers, but we know him as Uncle F-Man. Bringing on Brian Dagul!
Good afternoon, boys. How are we?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. I have to say I am truly honoured, and I do mean honoured, to be your first ever guest. You know just how important you two are to me and your family. So to have this honour is something that I am very, very proud of.
Yeah. All right, so let's get right to it, yeah?
Let's do it, bro. This is your party. What did I think of the game?
Yeah.
Well, obviously, we got to spend it together. You knew how I felt. I mean, the first half was very, very nerve-wracking. Obviously, we took the early lead, and everything looked good from the start, but thank God for Hugo Lloris. Thank God for Hugo. Because of Hugo in the first half, we could do the destruction we did in the second half. The second half was a thing of pure beauty. Poetry in motion. And obviously, the Scotland Yard was rocking. My voice is still a little scratchy from it. It's just a great performance, wasn't it?
Yeah, mine too. I think I lost my voice in the morning, but I think I quite got it back now.
Lucky you.
Well, who do you say was the best player in that game?
Hugo Lloris.
Hugo Lloris?
Hugo Lloris, closely followed by the incredible Son. But like I said, if it hadn't been for Lloris in the first half, then we could even Heung-min Son said it on Match of the Day. If it hadn't been for Hugo, we could have been 3-1 down in that first half.
Yeah.
And because of Hugo doing what he did in the first half, allowed us to do what we did in the second half, where Son. So if we do it in 2 halves, first half Lloris, second half Son.
Yeah.
Put them together, Hugo Son or Heung-min Lloris.
Now, who do you say was our weakest position, our weakest player on the pitch that whole game?
You know, it's such a tough question, and it's so when a team wins 4-0 after after a 5-1 win, it's very, very hard to say someone was the weak link. It's very, very hard to say that because to win 4-0 is incredible. But I think I think, and he's going to get it. I think it was Emerson. You could say for do you know what? I'm going to give Emerson a break. I'm going to say Matt Doherty because he went off injured. Matt
Yeah.
Doherty was doing okay beforehand, but obviously he couldn't help being injured.
I
That's
don't,
not fair.
I don't think it's fair. to
I'm trying to save Emerson. I'm not, believe me, I'm not. Right, for anyone that does watch this, I'm not blaming Matt Doherty. I think Matt Doherty over the last few games has been brilliant. But like I said to you, it's very, very hard to pick a weak link
Yeah.
when you've won 5-0, 4-0, and you're 4 games on the bounce.
Yeah.
So if I had to choose a player that played the whole 90 minutes or a majority of the game, I'm going back to Emerson then. Sorry, Emerson, I tried to get you out of it, but these boys have been very, very tough, and they wouldn't let me give you a break. So yeah, I think Emerson. But Emerson, do you know what? He had an average game.
Yeah.
An average game is very hard to pick a weak link.
Now, during Conte's run since he joined us, who do you think that he's going to choose to leave? Who do you think he's going to get out of the club? And who
Oh
do you
my
also
God.
want out of the club?
Oh my God! Now you see, you two for your debut. These are brilliant questions. These are, oh my God, who's going to go? Hopefully in Dembele and Lo Celso.
Yeah.
Let's hope so because they'll generate funds. Who's going to go? I see. I personally have been saying it. I think Reguilon's already gone. I think he's going back to Madrid, and that's why Sessegnon when he has been. So I think Reguilon may be gone.
Yeah.
And do you know what as well? It's not a case of who you think is going to be gone as well. It's whether my favourite person will allow these players to go for cheap or cheaper than what we paid for them. That's the issue we're looking at now, boys, is the players that we need to get out. Do they go and Conte says, let me sell them for this amount rather than that amount so I can have this money to go buy players? Or are you going to try and hold out for the money up here? But like I said, Reguilon, Lo Celso, Ndombele. I think Brian Hill might be out. I honestly think Brian Hill might be out. If he comes back, I'm perfectly happy with that. I'm perfectly happy, but I didn't understand the transfer at the beginning. Galini could go back to Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could go. He's made too many mistakes when he plays.
Alfie Whiteman would be a perfect cover for him.
Yeah,
He would do phenomenal.
exactly. Or we've been linked with Sam Johnston from West Brom.
Yeah.
And we just need to make sure there's that bit cover there. There may be 1 or 2 surprises, but they're the main people that I think need to go, without a doubt. Oh, Harry Winks. Harry Winks.
Ooh,
Yeah, he's been very inconsistent, very in and out.
Correct.
Now,
No, wait.
who
Before
would-
you go to the next one, who would you want out of the team?
who would I want out?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to say right now, Emerson, Ben Davies.
Mhm.
Yeah, Ben Davies. He's been very inconsistent. I'm sorry, but like sometimes he'd have like the performance of his life, and then you'd play like utter garbage. And now, sadly, my favorite player I would say has to go, Eric Dyer, or he has to move on to the bench. Our midfield also is really struggling, but hopefully Skip would come back and help us fix that out. Højbjerg's been playing really good, but yeah, I'd also have to say Lucas Moura. He's not shining on the bench, and he'd be a good he'd be good for generating funds.
It's not a bad shout, but the thing is with Lucas Moura, he loves this football club.
Yeah.
He loves this football club, and I agree with you. He may be able to generate some funds. I don't think he would want to leave. I honestly don't think. I think he'd rather stay and fight for his place than leave because he just loves this club so much. But you've got a good point there, Jay.
Now, who do you think would be a good replacement for those players? Who do you think we should be able to bring in for those players? Now, let's just forget about Levy being a cheap piece of crap and focus on who would be good for our club and to be a good replacement for our players so that we could eventually win the league.
So for Emerson, Trent Alexander-Arnold, I'm joking. That's not happening. Right back, do you know what? Everyone's talking about this DJ Spence. Everyone's talking about him. So he looks like he's likely to come in. There's been talk about, like we said, that Sam Johnston in goal. I think De Vrij is going to be coming in.
Ooh.
I really, really, really want to say. I'm going to keep saying it on every stream I go on. James Ward-Prowse, James Ward-Prowse, James Ward-Prowse, James Ward-Prowse.
I agree. We need someone who's good at set pieces.
Exactly. And then, like Joe, you look at it, boys. The back three have become solid.
Yeah.
Yes, we might be able to get more competition for Davies and Dyer. Romero, we all know how everyone feels about Romero. The front three are electric and becoming one of the most feared three in the league and in Europe. The two in the middle, Bentancur and Højbjerg, have looked incredibly good together with Skip to come back.
Yeah.
So that's 8 players. So if you look at it, if we can find the Hugo Lloris replacement, if we can find a decent left back and right back, that 11, when fit, could be unstoppable.
Yeah.
But it's not just about the 11, it's about the squad. And you know what? I think Conte knows the league or knows his players very, very well. So I don't care if he wants a player that costs 500,000. If he wants him, I want him.
Yeah.
It's not all about spending hundreds of millions.
It's really incredible what Conte could do currently with the tools that he has. Now imagine what he can do with the players that he wants.
Do you know what? I have trained you boys so well, and so has your dad. Listen to this. What great questions. What brilliant point. You know your stuff, boys. I'm loving this.
All right. Now this has been really big, and it's been going on for a while. Paulo Dybala. What do you think?
What do I think? I think this is another let's have a big name rumor like we had with Dybala before and every other name until season ticket renewals come out, and then nothing happens. And even if he does come, it's 3 years later than he should have come. Even if he does come, he's a lot more injury prone than he was. And right now, and you guys, I know you're watching a lot of streams. There's a guy that I always speak about when it comes to Italian football. It's Iggy. And Iggy knows Italian football like the back of his hand.
Oh.
And he has said, listen, his injury, and I don't see him as a Antonio Conte player. So it's just, to me, just another rumour that's being leaked by the club or the media to try and get everyone to go, oh my God, look who we're going to sign. Yeah, 3 years too late.
Now, on to the final question. Where do you think that we are finishing in this league?
I thought you were going to say, where do I stand on Daniel Levy? And I was about to go, right, okay. Where do I think we're going to finish in the league? Fourth.
Right.
100%. Listen, people were talking about third, and that Chelsea are crumbling after Brentford and then Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Well, we saw the score yesterday. And I remember saying to your dad yesterday, when we finished celebrating the game and they showed the Premier League, Chelsea's goal difference on us is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think they're like 30 odd goals ahead of us. So if it comes down to goal difference, it's a bridge too far. And listen, the objective was to get fourth. Let's not get ahead of ourselves and say third.
Yeah.
Focus on fourth. Get fourth. Conte pre-season next season. Sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Sky is the limit, boys.
All right. Now, what do you think about fourth?
Okay. I think we might be able to squeeze in third, considering Chelsea has been they won their last game, but they've been getting down because they lost 4-1 to Brentford last week and 3-1 to Real Madrid, so their morale might be a little lower, but it could also be a lot higher after they won 6-0 to Southampton, and they only need to lose their next 2 games, and we need to win our next 2 games for us to get into third. So I think we might have a possibility of getting into third place. Now you.
Now me?
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
Now you see, this is where I'm actually terrified. Fourth place. Love it. We're doing phenomenal. But we all know Tottenham. We all know that somewhere around the line, we're going to end up somehow hopefully squeezing a win against Liverpool, and then lose to utterly crap teams like Brentford, Brighton. Like, it's possible. We're a very in and out team, but we've been on a stroll and we've been doing really well. So I'm going to also say fourth place.
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
Now, I also want to bring in somebody very special that we had just kicked off about, 10 minutes ago? My dad. Bobby K.
It's Bobby K. It's
It's
Bobby
little
K.
K. It's big K. It's all the K's. It's all the K's.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's the new one. There's the
Yeah.
new one.
Ryan Dagul, my brother, thank you for joining us on our debut. Thanks for giving us your time. Thanks for getting me into this world in the first place. Boys, folks, we're going to be doing this on a consistent basis. Just a little wrap up like this of our post-game analysis, what these lads think from their angle. We hope you've enjoyed it. Please, of course, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you share this. Put in your comments what you would like the boys to discuss, and let them know it's okay for them to let me on the show here and there. They've told me I've been blacklisted already, so I need to do whatever I can to get into their good graces again. So, boys, should we call it a day?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Remember,
First
guys,
of all,
today's to do.
guys, I
Oh,
just
sorry,
want
one
to say
second.
it's a privilege, an honor, and a blessing to not only be your first guest, but to know you and your family, including your beautiful wife Suki, your beautiful mother. You guys, honestly, since I've lived here, have made my life so much easier, especially from how we met in the pub. And listen, 3SpursBoys, everyone like and subscribe. I am literally about to go live on Tottenham on tour with the Danny Kiriakou. So I will be bigging this channel up big time during that. Everyone get over, because this family are golden, and I love them dearly.
Well, that's a two-way street, brother. You've treated my boys like they're your very own from the very first day you met them, and I appreciate that. Love you and adore you for that. You know, we are a family. We are a Spurs family, and that goes for everybody in the community as well. So onwards and upwards. And I think this is it for this week, boys. We will see you in 7 days' time. That's only if you like and subscribe. Then you'll get the notification. Hit that little button. It's very simple.
Yeah.
Take it away, boys. Say
Alright,
goodbye.
guys. Remember, today is to do.
So do it.
Come on, you Spurs!
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.